I am restoring a Tiffany Company Rosewood musical table clock. Here's some of the pieces torn apart. There's your Tiffany logo with both Whittington and Westminster chimes. All of these screws were stripped out, so I've put glue and toothpicks in and then put a nail in. The nail acts as a pilot hole, so I don't have to re-drill, but the toothpicks and the glue will set up and make that almost like a brand new screw hole, so the screws go in nice and tight. The clockwork mechanism has been completely torn down, and now the work of cleaning and polishing and then reassembly will occur. I got the barrel springs all disassembled. It's got a chain fusee movement, and this musical clock has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bells, and then a total of 4 gongs here, and your 5th big gong, that's for the hour. And so the fun begins. Using my Ole Baker mainspring winder to reinsert the mainspring into the barrel. I have cleaned it up here and re-lubricated it. Now I've got to wind it up. Spring is back in the barrel, and now I have to pull the sleeve out. I've done an entire video on how to use the Ole Baker mainspring winder. You can go on my YouTube channel and search. You'll see details of using the whole thing. But the one thing I left out of that video that I did was the use of this rod or this finger right here. In the video that I have on this mainspring winder, I'm holding the barrel with a gloved hand, and you can do that when it's smaller barrels, not a lot of spring force. But these are big enough, heavy enough that you need to incorporate this, which comes up here and locks underneath the hose clamp, and that will hold back as I'm cranking and as I'm winding up the spring in there. So your hand is no place near that spring barrel. And now with it wound up, I can pull the sleeve back out of the way and unwind this until all the tension's gone, and there we go. The barrel cap is back on, the fusee chain reattached, 1 down, 2 to go. Something that's pretty cool here is you have the fusee barrel and this gear, and the click is on the inside, and when you go to mount the two, that click is now inside and gone where you can't get to it to depress it to try to close this. It's not going to close, but they put right here, there's a little tiny hole, and you can put a drill bit or any kind of tiny rod in there, and look, it pushes on the click. So that opens it up to where you can mount it, and it closes up. So now it's clicking. The inner workings of the clock mech is cleaned, and all the gears are sitting in their correct position. Now waiting for the top plate to go on. Okay, we're at the top of the hour right now, and when I crank to 15 minutes, we're going to see this side go through one of the cogs. So that goes to the first one, and when I get to 15 after, All right, so you just get 1 at 15. At 30 minutes after, it goes to 2. At 45 after, it goes to 3. And then on the hour, that's going to go to 4. And this one is going to go to the number of hours. And it should be 5 o'clock, so that's going to go 5. So first we'll go here. You're going to see both of these set up. All right, that one's left and right have both gone. Now we're going to go 4 on here. And then the hours. For 5 o'clock. Okay, this time we'll look down inside this area as I crank through the different times. All right, so here's at 15 minutes, we raise this bar. And when it drops, that's what starts that off. Okay, now we're going to the 30 minutes. And when that bar drops, okay, now we're going to crank to the 45 minutes. And then at the top of the hour, we're doing both of them. All right, so as that lever down in there, that let go over to here for the hours. The main part of the clock movement is back together. Got the fusees all set up, and I thought I'd get it running, let it go overnight, tick-tock, and we'll see if she's still running in the morning. With the bells reinstalled, we will listen to the Whittington chime sequence. At 15 minutes after, and then at 30 minutes after, and we'll go for 45 minutes after the hour. And then finally at the top of the hour. And then we have the hours gonging away, which you'll hear when I put the case back together. Now in this particular clock, in addition to the Whittington chimes that are played out on the bells, there are a total of 5 gongs. The hour gong is here, and then these 4 are actually for the Westminster chimes. So when you select from Whittington to Westminster, what happens is this angled lever here will push this into that position, which clears the pins for the Whittington, but it's going to align the pins, put them in the position for the 4 gongs. So those gongs will be back in position when it's mounted in the case, because the gongs actually mount into the case. But my point is that you have Whittington played on bells and Westminster is played all on gongs. All right, this clock is all back together, and now I will demonstrate the Westminster chimes on the gongs. All right, first one up will be 15 minutes after the hour, and here we go. Next one up at the half hour. Now I'll do the 45 minutes, 3/4 hour. And very last is on the hour. Here's a side view of the cabinet. And a little close-up shot of the detail in the finials and that top carving. Clock has been all put back together, and you just heard the Westminster chimes. Let's switch over to Whittington and play one last sequence. "45 after." And the very last, top of the hour. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
For more information, visit GameRoomRepair.com.